and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province. Ladies and gentlemen, on January 9, the Standing Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of TayNinhTV Province have the 8th conference of the 10th Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee 2019-2024 tenure to summarize the missions in 2022, sets out programs of coordinations and unifications of action in 2023.
In 2022, the Relief Fund for the Poor mobilized 28.30 billion Vietnam dong, reaching 189% of the assigned target. From the mobilization fund, Fatherland runs at all levels have built new houses, upgrade solidarity, repair houses for the poor, near poor households, and those with extremely difficult circumstances, and at the same time implementing the project reimbursable capital support for the poor, near poor households, and those just escaping from poverty in 2022-2024 period. In order to promote the internal resources of the people, the Vietnam Fatherland Front in the province launched and guided the implementation of the People's Savings Movement to gather resources on taking care of the poor with the target of 1,000 Vietnam dong per household per month. As a result, 9 out of 9 districts, towns, and cities developed plans and set targets to mobilize households to participate. From the mobilizer activities to give gifts to poor households and households in difficult circumstances on the occasion of the National Great Solidarity Day were organized. The conference elected 6 additional members of the Provincial Fatherland Front Committee. In the morning of January 9, the People's Procuracy of TayNinhTV Province held a conference to review the work in 2022 and deploy the tasks in 2023. In 2022, the leadership team of the Provincial People's Procuracy closely followed the leadership and direction of the Supreme People's Procuracy, and the Provincial Party Committee drastically implemented many solutions synchronously to the Procuracy units at broad levels in order to effectively and qualitatively carry out the key tasks of the sector. The two-level People's Procuracy has thoroughly grasped and implemented the guidelines, directives, and resolutions of the party, the National Assembly, the sector, and the provision of the law, well performed the task of combating injustice, preventing crime, and fighting corruption and negativity, achieved and exceeded many targets of sector. During the period, there was no suspension of crime, and the court declared no crime. Detected many violations of judicial authorities, promptly issued 247 protests and petitions to request redress of violations and were accepted. Coordinated well with relevant agencies in the fight against crime, contributing to stabilizing the political security situation, social order, and safety in the locality. In 2023, it continues to maintain discipline, first of all, from the responsibility of setting an example of the heads of procuracy at all levels, build a contingent of carers and civil servants of the procuracy at all levels to meet the requirements and assess that, strengthen prosecution responsibility, closely supervise judicial activities to ensure compliance with law provisions, better perform the task of combating injustice and omissions of crime, promote the application of information technology and digital transformation in the whole sector.
TayNinhTV is located in the southwest regions without many comparative advantages at developing fishery to other provinces in the Mekong Delta. So the developments, the best deal of the province in the coming times is to develop fisheries at a reasonable level, stabilize the existing aquaculture area, focus on raising productivity, changing the structures from intensive to intensive farming, developing aquatic products and specialties.
According to the Fishery Development Plan in TayNinhTV Province to 2030, with a vision to 2045, TayNinhTV Province will exploit its strength in seed production and specialized farming areas from yielding irrigation water. It develops fishery in direction of the market, rotates, regenerates and develops aquatic resources, ensures disease and biological safety, contributes to the construction of new countryside and economic development of the province, attracting investment in aquaculture development effectively, investment in development of synchronous material and technical infrastructure, training and fostering the effective use of human resources, prioritizing the application of high technology, digital transformation and capacity enhancing for state management and production organization. TayNinhTV province builds and develops concentrated and specialized aquaculture areas in the direction of efficient and sustainable commodity production, maintains the development of aquatic products in inland and riverside areas, exploiting the strength of yielding reservoirs water source in rising fish and special aquatic products, builds and develops infrastructure for multi-purpose, in which priority is given to aquaculture and fishing, rotation and development of natural aquatic resources of the province go hand in hand with the protection of habitats of aquatic species, stocking to supplement and regenerate aquatic resources in natural water bodies and reservoirs.
The audience on January 9, TayNinhTV Radio and Television Station and Saigon News Television Company Limited co-organized the program's year-end meeting to welcome the New Year's of Rabbit 2023 themes Saigon News TTV 11's Chinese Big Arms as the television center of TTV's 11.
For nearly 4 years, the cooperation relationship between TayNinhTV Radio and Television Station and Saigon News Television has been effective and shows the necessary level in TTV 11's content development plan for broadcast programs serving political, civic, and entertainment purpose to a large audience in TayNinhTV province, in the Southeast region, Ho Chi Minh City, and spread to the whole country. In 2022, TayNinhTV Radio and Television Station has collected won the title of Advanced Labor, 12 individuals won title of Grassroots Emulation Fighter, 7 individuals have excellent achievements in studying and following alcohol. In addition, in 2022, it organized the third television festival. Through registration, the festival organizing committee received 34 awards. Mr. Võ Văn Quý, Deputy Secretary of the Party Committee, Deputy Director of the Radio and Television Station said, most of work submitted to the contest closely followed the province political task, reflected leadership, direction and concretization of implementing the party's guidelines, the state policies and laws in the fields of economy, society, national defense and security, and the policy of the national rights unity in timely, diverse and vibrant manner. Party building tourism development. The content of the works ensure accuracy, honesty, objectivity, highlights the progress and developments of the events towards good things. On this occasion, the organizing committee awarded 4 consolation prize, rated third prize, 2 second prize, and 1 first prize to the winning authors and groups of authors. On January 8, the District Youth Union Châu Thành District Team Council cooperated with Thiên Tâm Charity Group Ho Chi Minh City to organize the program Spring to the Border in 2023. At the program, the units gave 200 gifts to households with difficult circumstances and students who overcome difficulties to study well in Hoa Thành and Hoa Hội communes. The total cost of the program is over 70 million Vietnam dong. The program aims at encouraging the spirit, says some of the difficulties and creates conditions for families to enjoy a warranted holiday. In the morning of January 9, the delegation of Saigon News Television Company Limited visited and experienced tourism at Baden Mountain. In particular, many tourists are excited when they firstly set foot here. Preparing to welcome guests during the Lunar New Year, Baden Mountain Tourist Area has also restored, repaired and planted many new flowers. This tour and experience begins the activities of travel and culinary culture experiences of Saigon News Television Company Limited in TayNinhTV. This is also an opportunity for the company to cooperate and accompany TayNinhTV province in many programs to promote tourism, contributing to promoting to domestic and foreign tourists.
Ladies and gentlemen, with an area of 2 hectares along the West Canal in Padang Mountain area, Mr. Trần Hoàng Huân in Bảo Năng, Cameroon, Human Châu district also wrote custard apple like everyone else. Recently, the price of custard apple has been unstable. The price of fertilizer has increased, and this land has been no longer profitable, boldly breaking the custard apple tree and resolutely wishing to roast Thai Zuchu. So far, the Zuchu orchard has yielded more fruits and profits higher than custard apple trees. Mr. Huân is aiming at cultivating the Zuchus within Vietgap standard.
Previously, Bảo Năng Human Châu district specialized in cultivating crops such as rice, sugarcane, cassava, etc. Gradually, the area of roaches increased rapidly. Some households sought out new varieties, hoping to sell them at high prices, including Mr. Trần Hoàng Huân, who lives in Ninh Hòa hamlet, Bảo Năng Camille. A few years ago, he converted 0.8 hectares of custard apple to raw Thai TTV variety. By early 2022, he continued to destroy the remaining 1.2 hectares of custard apple to plant another 1,000 Thai TTV trees. Currently, 1.2 hectares of newly planted TTV are harvesting the first crop. The model is very effective in Bảo Năng. The Farmers Union also encouraged Mr. Huân to continue maintaining this model, gradually expanding it to farmers. Mr. Huân said that TTV is the fast-growing tree with long-term harvest, the ability to bear roots for up to 10 years. If well cared for, on average, each crop, a TTV tree gives 20 to 30 kilograms of roots, weighing 5 to 7 roots per kilogram. 0.8 hectares of TTV orchards planted previously have harvested 5 crops with very high yield. Particularly, 1.2 hectares of new naming on TTV gave their first off-season, estimated to be returns of roots, higher profits than custard apple, and less care. 2 crops a year. TTV bring for high yield, more stable prices than custard apple. The size of 2 men on TTV is equal a finger, and I have to cover them. Thai TTV variety has good drought tolerance, suitable for arid and sunny areas such as the area around Padang Mountain. The stem has little pests, easy to care for. The investment is not too high, especially it grows very fast. After 3 months of planting, the stem diameter is less than 1 centimeter, has flower, sets fruits, full 6 months of age to harvest the first crop. The time to harvest continuously for the next 6 months. The association will coordinate with the District Agricultural Department to guide and support Mr. Huân to build a model that meets safety standards. According to Mr. Huân's request, the TTV area will be enlarged. The association will coordinate with banks to support capital for him. With the TTV model, the first harvest of each tree is estimated at 4 to 5 kilograms of roots. The current price is 30 to 40,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram in the garden. Mr. Huân has a revenue of 280 million Vietnam dong per year. From the second year onwards, each tree is estimated to collect 15 kilograms of roots. At the current price, the revenue is estimated at more than 1 billion Vietnam dong, minus the interest expense of not less than 500 million Vietnam dong, higher and more stable than the custard apple tree. The TTV orchard has had many farmers come to learn and experience. In the coming time, Mr. Huân plans to cultivate TTV orchards in the direction of Vietgap. TTV orchards are being supported by farmers associations at all levels.
That's all for today TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.